The swirl of claims about a Venezuelan gang's activity in Aurora has included conflicting statements from Aurora Mayor Mike Coffman. First, that areas of the city are out of their control. Then, that he wasn't talking about the gang. That led to the apartment complexes had fallen to the gang. Mayor said that on Fox News. Well, now he's back to saying that he agrees with police that there has not been an apartment complex taken over. It's confusing. And that's just one person talking about this. Our Kelly Rinke digs into the timeline for one property, Whispering Pines, near Colfax and Chambers.
Apartment complexes in Aurora, owned by the same company, are at the center of a national media frenzy. Conversations locally about a citywide takeover began earlier this summer. On July 29th, conservative councilwoman Danielle Jurinsky wrote on Facebook about a large gathering at a shopping center parking lot. Venezuelan flags were flying among thousands who took over and completely shut down a part of our city, she said. 2 days later, Mayor Mike Coffman shared a similar thought on talk radio.
If you know Aurora, then what you know is we have areas in our city, unfortunately, that have been overtaken and that we have to take back.
A week after that interview, a property owner of troubled apartment complexes in Aurora made public claims that Tren de Aragua took over their buildings. APD and city leaders were warned on August 9th about problems at one of those properties, Whispering Pines. In a 10-page report, a law firm representing the lender holding the mortgage said it appeared the Venezuelan gang has forcefully taken over the property. They wrote issues with gang members began in late 2023, claiming gang members violently broke into empty units, tried to extort tenants for rent money, even severely beating a staff member in November of last year. Records show the property manager filed a police report last November, claiming he was punched around 20 times. The police report says there was no gang involvement or motivation in the case. Prosecutors filed charges against the suspect in July for felony menacing and misdemeanor assault. 1 month after receiving the law firm's 10-page report, Mayor Mike Coffman is sharing a different opinion, now agreeing with APD's interim chief that a Venezuelan gang is not in control of either of those two apartment complexes.
So in that same post, Mayor Coffman said the city offered to place 2 police officers for 2 weeks at apartment complexes. The only condition is that the owner has to have property managers on site, and according to his post, they're still waiting on a response from them.
So we get conflicting messages from some people in charge at the city level. Then you just have differences of opinions when you go down to the complexes as we have and you talk to folks, right? Some of them want to stay, some of them want to leave, some fear the gangs, some fear the white supremacist rhetoric that is now attracted to this issue. Like, different people have different experiences.
It's really confusing and it's hard to keep track. Even Mayor Coffman in his post said when he talked to tenants last night, the tenants in that group, in that meeting, were saying that they want to stay and they're fearful of the complex being shut down. So it's really hard to keep track of all of these differing opinions. Depending on who you go to, you may hear a different response.
Yeah, it feels like the one uniting issue is that the conditions at a lot of these apartments are unacceptable, and
yes,
like that has to be fixed. And then there's a question of like who's responsible for that. Kelly, thank you very much.